Before we start our Q&A session, I would like to continue my topic, Mahamangala Sutta Blessing Discourse. So we are here in page number 39, 1, 2, 3, 4. Stanza number 4. Kanti cha sova chassata samananancha dasanam kalena dhamma sakacha etam mangala muttama. To be patient and obedient, the scene of recluses, to discuss the Dhamma at the right time. This is blessings of faith. So in the previous one that we were discussing is about be humble and gentle. In here, it mentioned about the patient and obedient. In Karaniya Metta Sutta, there are 15 qualities. These qualities are the qualities that we have to develop ourselves if we are wishing to attain ultimate happiness. Not only ultimate happiness, even any kind of achievements that you are willing to achieve, these are the qualities that you're supposed to do. Sakko, uju, suju, sujo, chasamudu, aratimani. Even it doesn't matter, mundane goal that you are maintaining. To achieve that mundane goal, these qualities are very supportive. So in here, obedience is one of that quality. Patient also. In this 21st century, there's a very important thing is patience. Otherwise, it is not easy to live in our normal life. There are few skills that talking about the educator. Educators talking about we have to be bilingual and we have to develop our skills regarding IT and patient. These three things are very important. Educators are always talking about these three things. Not only that, even when you go to see your doctor, they might have some suggestions for you regarding your patient. Be patient, be tolerant. Because this world, the technology-wise, is very in advanced level now, technologically. The people who are in other country, if they wanted to target you to kill, they can do it. And using our electronic gadgetic, they can send us virus. So that much cruelty is there. So therefore, be a tolerance, developing our patience, and being obedient, we can protect ourselves. As I mentioned, in natural law, in universal truth, Dhammo have rakkati dhammachari. When you are practicing Dhamma, Dhamma will protect you. The simile that I share with you, while you are holding an umbrella, that umbrella protects you from rain and sun. In the same way, while engaging with Dhamma practice, that Dhamma practice will help you. So these qualities are regarding our Dhamma practice, spiritual growth, patient and obedient. So it is very dangerous if you don't have patience to happen some bad, to destroy your life. It's take only 1 nanosecond now. So therefore, even thinking about this very life, yes, these are very supportive quality for our life. Not just regarding spiritual development. Yes, of course, spiritual development, patience is very important, obedience is very important. According to the Jataka story, the Buddha's previous lives regarding the Bodhisattva practice, how many difficulties was there? in his life. He was able to bear everything. Because in this world, it look like a nature of the mundane world. If there is something happening regarding wholesome, there are a lot of troubles. No one allowing that. According to the Karaniya Metta Sutta, background story, Karaniya Metta Sutta background story is group of monk taking advice from the Buddha went to a place to practice Dhamma. They observe Vasadaya, rainy retreat, and observing rainy retreat, they start to practice Dhamma. While they were practicing, they were not able to develop their concentration, mindfulness. They were having so many troubles there because unseen beings was there. They were not happy about their spiritual growth. They're paying full attention to develop their insight, their spirituality, but unseen being who was there, they were not happy. They were not happy. So they started to disturb them in many ways. So see, innocent monks maintained a very innocent, humble goal. They went to a particular place to practice Dhamma. But they were not able to practice there. They were having trouble there, disturbance from others. Even though they were practicing their spirituality, they were developing their spirituality, they did not get support. See this world? That's why we have to be patient. We have to develop our tolerance. So equanimity is one of the greatest qualities that we can achieve through our spiritual development. So come to that level, we have to be patient. We have to be obedient, gentle, humble. All these qualities are there in our practice. All these qualities are very supportive for our spiritual growth. All these qualities are directly helping us to develop our mind, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. That's why in here, in this sutta, mentioning about these qualities, be patient and be obedient. And the seal of recluses. In here, particularly recluses means who are maintaining their goal to achieve ultimate happiness. Already, sometimes perhaps they already achieve ultimate happiness, or who are maintaining that goal. They are the recluses in here, according to the sutta. But unfortunately, in this mundane world, we have opposite side. They don't like to see recluses in their happy moment. But in here, it is great blessings. According to the universal truth, it is a blessing. But in mundane world, people have concept in their auspicious time are different than these auspicious things. So then they don't like to meet any recluses in their happy moments. For example, in Sri Lanka, traditional Buddhist country, if there is a wedding, they don't like to meet a monk. First thing, they're going and checking whether there is any monks traveling, not to meet them purposely. But they claim as a Buddhist country. They claim as a Buddhist family. But according to the Mangala Sutta, blessed discourse, seen recluses is a blessing, but they think it is not blessings for them in their auspices because they don't practice Dhamma. They don't apply Dhamma. Seen monks, the fear arising in their mind because they're connected with the Dhamma. Oh, things that I am engaged in is not according to the Dhamma. I am not practicing Dhamma. They know that signs coming to their directly coming to their mind. Therefore, they don't like to meet monk in their auspicious time in their life. That's the reality. Because they don't practice Dhamma. Seeing monks automatically come into their mind, oh, I'm not practicing Dhamma. So fear arises in there, anxiety arises in there. So therefore, what they try to do, they try to do not to meet any monks in their auspicious time because they are practicing in wrong. That's the secret. I mean, this kind of views I have because I'm a psychologist. That's why I have this kind of views. There might be different explanations, but that is reality. That is truth. In our experience, we know people, they don't like to meet us if they have any kind of that kind of auspicious things, special events in their life. Not only that, I have experience early in the morning in bus, public transportations, bus drivers and conductor, they don't like to take a monk as a passenger in traditional Buddhist country. Why? The reason is they don't practice Dhamma. Seeing monks, fear and doubt arising in their mind. Therefore, they don't like to see monk. They're connected with teachings of the Buddha. Oh, we don't have right livelihood. We are living according to wrong views and wrong livelihood. Therefore, seeing monks, fear and doubt arising in their mind, they don't like to see monks early in the morning as a passenger. Oh, anyway. So this really, but in this sutta, Buddha mentioned seeing recluses is a blessing. Why? Why? As you know, while King Siddhartha was going into park, he was meeting all kind of significant things in his life. Reclusus was the one, the monk, practicing was there. Because that was a symbol about spiritual development. Monk mean not just a person who knows Dhamma. Monks mean there is huge and deep meaning. He's a practitioner. That's why the Buddha said, monks' life like a swan life because they don't have much backpack. They are very simple things. They are mainly focused on their path, their practice to gain, to achieve ultimate happiness. They have sacrificed their whole life to achieve that goal. Seed monks, if you can get that meaning, and there's opportunity to develop your energy and effort, okay, this is a wonderful example for me. So therefore, I can develop my energy and effort to practice for my spiritual growth. That's why seeing recluses is a blessing. Blessings means you can develop your energy and effort in right direction, seeing that marks. And discuss the Dhamma at the right time. What is the right time for discuss Dhamma? When the matters are arising, that is the right time to discuss Dhamma. And same thing connected with that, the previous one. Listening to Dhamma right time means when arising some situations regarding your day-to-day life, that is the time that you have to listen to Dhamma. That is the time that you have to discuss Dhamma. Because Dhamma is the path for us to apply to reduce our suffering in this mundane life. Dhamma is the lights for us to be bright, to see things as they are very clearly. So that's why we have to discuss Dhamma when we are facing any difficulties, without developing our stress, without developing our anxiety. without being depression. So that is the right time to discuss Dhamma. We discuss many things in our whole life. According to Mahasatipatthana Sutta, people who lived in Kuru country, they were meeting any time. Even when they go to well to get water, at that moment also they are using to discuss Dhamma about their mindfulness practice. So they don't waste their time. They don't misuse their time. But in our life, most of the time that we spend talking, many useless words, many useless concepts. There is no meaning, most of the concept. That's why those things become blah, 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 blah. In Pali, it says, sampappalapa. It is easy to keep your mind. Blah, 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 sampappalapa. Okay? Useless words, meaningless words. Making impeachment for the president, making impeachment for the governor. Those are the talks that normally we do when we gather together. But the Buddha said, discuss the Dhamma at the right time. When it's need to you, discuss Dhamma. The person who knows Dhamma and the person who has interest about the Dhamma. This is very important. So discuss Dhamma, benefits for yourself and others. Dhamma means not teachings of the Buddha. What is Dhamma? Dhamma is universal truth. There's a sutta delivered by the Buddha, Loka Dhammata Sutta. Loka Dhammata Sutta, the Buddha said, whether Tathagata appears or not, this Dhamma will exist. So Dhamma means not something created by Sakyamuni Buddha. Dhamma is the nature. Dhamma is the reality. So, what is the matter discussing reality? It is not religious. It is not something regarding your faith. It is the reality. So, to have real life, to enjoy your life, yes, you have to touch reality. So, therefore, right time means that you need Dhamma. That is the right time. You have to discuss it. You have to investigate it. Because discussion is very important to develop our wisdom. Through the discussions, we can see their wisdom. So, sharing their wisdom, taking as an opportunity to listen to someone who knows Dhamma is a wonderful opportunity. It's a rare opportunity. You can't find these kind of opportunities everywhere and every time. It's a rare opportunity. So therefore, we have to discuss Dhamma at the right time. When it's need, that's the right time, we have to discuss Dhamma. Dhamma means basically anicca, dukkha, anatta. The reality of the world. Universal truth. These things are not created by the Buddha. These are existing, whether Tathagata appears in this world or not, it doesn't matter. These things are existing. Whether you are accepting or rejecting, these things are existing. This is the nature of universal truth. It's not changing because of the country, because of the religion, because of the person. It's a universal, forever. So why we are not discussing about these things? We have to discuss these things to have peaceful mind, to have clear understanding. So related to this things we can discuss another time with Girimananda Sutta, the way how we have to develop our views, perceptions. The next one, to live austerely and purely, to see the noble truth and to realize the Nibbana. This is Blessing Supreme. In Pali word tapocha brahmacharyacha. Taming your word and actions, developing your spirituality, spiritual growth is very important in our practice. So morality is there. Morality is there. Dear friends, living in this society, if we are not taming your word and actions, we are really in trouble. Because our faculty is always connecting with our thoughts. For example, what does living means? Living means we are taking objectives outside through our basis, faculties. Using eye, enjoying with pictures. Using ear, enjoying sounds, connecting with sounds. Using your eyes. Using nose, smell, connecting with the smell. Using tongue, connecting with taste. So this is the living means, basically. Each and every moment, we are using one of these faculties and connecting to the world outside. If you are not taming, if you are not managing, you are not able to achieve your main goal. Being born as a human being, we have a goal. What is that? That is to establish your happiness. We are searching happiness. For example, at the beginning of our life, we went to school. For what? To be happy. Graduating from high school, we wanted to go to college or universities. For what? To be happy. Graduating from university, we were looking a job. For what? To be happy. Now you have a job. Now you are looking buy a house. For what? To be happy. You want to marry. You did. I'm not asking whether you're happy or not after that. You married for what? To be happy. You want to make children. For what? To be happy. So in this whole life, what you were looking? Happiness. Happiness. So happiness is the main goal. So then we have to understand what are the barriers for our happiness. Why we are not able to establish our happiness. Why losing our happiness from our mind? When anger is arising, your happiness going away. When jealousy is arising, your happiness going away. When desire arising in your mind, your happiness going away. If there is any kind of unwholesome thoughts arising in your mind and domain in your mind, your happiness is not anymore there. So now we have very clear understanding, okay, these are the barriers for our happiness. Anger, desire, hatred, ignorance, jealous, all these unwholesome, regarding all these unwholesome roots, 5 hindrances, tendencies, fetters arising in your mind. Whenever you are living with these tendencies, hindrances, fetters, you don't have happiness. You don't have happiness. So therefore, to establish our happiness, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to control these defilements. We are supposed to control these defilements. How much we can control, that much happiness increase in there in our mind. How much you can control your desire, that much happiness increase in there in your mind. How much ignorance that you are controlling, that much happiness increase in there in your mind. So that's why Buddha said, austerity and purity. We have to tame our word and actions. We have to develop our spirituality to control our defilements. Controlling, we can reduce our defilement. Reducing and reducing, we can eliminate our defilements. When we are able to eliminate our defilement, that is the time that we can establish our happiness forever. That is the enlightenment. That is the enlightenment. Until that, living in this mundane world as a mundane person, we have to pay attention to control our defilements, to keep our happiness, to enjoy this life. So that's why we need these qualities with us. So at the end, yes, of course, you can realize, you can attain Nibbana, eliminating all defilements. A mind unshaken when touched by the world states, sorrowless, stainless, and secure. This is the blessing supreme. As a result of our practice, you can develop your mind. You can establish your happiness. That is the time that you have unshaken mind. Worldly conditions are very important. You have to maintain that these kind of situations, unshaken mind. If you don't have unshaken mind, without knowing, you are losing your happiness. Without knowing, you're suffering a lot in this worldly condition. No one can avoid this worldly condition. Even the Arahant monks, even the Buddha, these worldly conditions are there. Labha, alabha, yasa, ayasa, gain and lost. Each and every moment is happening. Sometimes people are blaming, sometimes they are appreciating. It's happening. No? These are worldly nature. These worldly conditions are the reality. So what we have to do, we have to develop our mind. We have to establish happiness there, unshaken mind. So whatever worldly conditions are there appearing in front of you, you don't shake there. Your mind is unshakable. Happiness is there forever. For example, just think about the Buddha. The Buddha, Sakyamuni Gautama, had some difficulties in his Buddhahood life. There was a person named Devadatta. He was making trouble all the time. He is related to King Siddhartha in his lay life. There's a relationship in his lay life. And also he became a monk. Now he's living in this order as a monk, making troubles to the Buddha. He was maintaining another group, always going against the Buddha's teachings. He was performing that group as a cult. See, the Buddha was the most compassionate, loving-kindness person who established this asana, but one of his relative as well as his student was there who was against the Buddha, performing another group. Worldly conditions. But the Buddha did not stop his missionary works, his teachings. While Buddha was living in Kosaba, the city named Kosaba, while the king Udena was ruling the country, Magadhya, there was an incident with Magadhya. What happened while Buddha was traveling, he was resting under a tree. Magadhya's father met the Buddha. He did not know this is Buddha, but just seeing his appearance, physical appearance, he was so attractive to the Buddha, Magadhya's father. He was very attractive. Then he was looking a person to marry his daughter. So then suddenly he became a matchmaker there. And then he suggested to Buddha, please marry my daughter. She's pretty, she's very young. You also very handsome. So I would like to make this marriage. So then, in front of Magadhya, the Buddha was telling to him, I have met beauteous ladies. Comparing with them, she is nothing. There was a wonderful simile that Buddha used. This is like a pot full of uh, ugly, disgusting, uh, uh, smelly waste. So there is no reasons to marry this lady for me. That was the Buddha's explanation. At that moment, Magandia was not a spiritual practitioner. She was just a mundane lady. She was very upset. She started to develop her anger toward the Buddha. Somehow, finally, she married the king Udena. Now Buddha is there in his kingdom. There's a very wonderful opportunity for Magandia to reveal from the Buddha. She was making so many troubles to the Buddha, using his government servants as well as her relatives, making so many troubles to the Buddha. While they were having some troubles, Venerable Ananda was reaching to Buddha and making suggestions. Venerable Sir, why we are staying here? This city is not peaceful for us. So many troubles, so many issues. Let's go to another city. Then what Buddha said? The Buddha said, Ananda, changing place is not a solution. When we are moving now to another city, how would be their situation? If same thing continuously there, then what we have to do? We have to switch again. We have to move into another city. So therefore, changing place is not the solution. Then what is the solution? Change your mind. The way how you accepting things, the way how you dealing with these mundane worldly things, that is the best way to change. So Buddha already attained enlightenment. Through his enlightenment, those things are not affected to his mind, these worldly conditions. But Venerable Ananda was not enlightened one. That's why he made that suggestion. So this is one of very great lessons for us in this mundane world, particularly living as a lay people. You might have so many these world conditions each and every day, gain and loss, and blaming and appreciation. All these things are there in your life. Way how you see things, your perceptions, views, all directly connect with the Dhamma. Accept all these things and develop your patience. You can manage all these things very easily. So it's happening how much you have controlled your defilements, how much growth that you gain, spiritual growth. So therefore, paying attention to our practice, developing our energy and effort, developing our spirituality, yes, of course, we can be happy even this mundane world with so many hustle bustle situations and mundane worldly conditions things. It's a result of our practice. It's a great blessings. You don't want to switch your job. You don't want to change your working place. You can accept things and you have to develop your perceptions and views regarding all these worldly things. Because no one can change the world. We have to change our views, perceptions. That is the best solution. So in this sutta, it does mention in this particular sentence, stanza. Mind unshaken when touched by the world states, Sarola's stainless and secure. Now you have Sarola's life, stainless life, and secure. Nothing to worry there. Wherever you are living, that place become very comfortable and happy place for you. Because you know the nature, you know the Dhamma. These world conditions would be there anywhere in the world. It's not created by you, it's created of ignorance, created by desire, hatred. So what you can do? You can do nothing. So you have to change your views and perceptions regarding those things. Then you can maintain your happiness. The next one, those who have fulfilled all these are everywhere invisible. They find well-being everywhere. That's the blessing supreme. So developing your mind in this manner, you can establish your blessings forever. You can have a wonderful, peaceful, happy life. If you are not attain enlightenment, but through this practice, you are collecting all the energies with you, so you can continue that energy even in your next life too. So it's a great blessing. It's a great blessing. So these are the blessings discourses explanations, which is directly connected with Noble Eightfold Path. So now you know through this discourse, the way how we supposed to apply Noble Eightfold Path for our day-to-day life. That's why the teachings of the Buddha is not a religion, not a philosophy, it's a way of life. It's a way of life. Through the religious practicing, you can develop your blind faith. Through the philosophical views, you can have debates and so many explanations, not reality there. But applying teaching as a way of life, yes, of course, you can see the results. You can see the results yourself. Akalika, timeless. The results is right away. You don't want to wait for next moment or next day. You don't want to wait for next life. You can see, you can enjoy right away within that action. And you can experience yourself. You don't want to find someone else to check your happiness. You know your happiness. So these qualities are there if you are applying this Noble Eightfold Path for your day-to-day life. So as a result of this practice, yes, of course, you can establish your happiness. You can have a blissful life. You can control your defilements. You can reduce your defilements. You can eliminate your defilements through the wisdom. All the benefits are there. So results would be there. You can just to open your mind. Okay, so if there is anything that you want to discuss, we can take 5-10 minutes. I don't have any questions here. Yes.
What's the meaning of Nibbana?
Okay. Very good. Nibbana. What is Nibbana for you? Nibbana. Nibbana. End of suffering. So, ending, create, delusion, version, yes. Cause of suffering. First thing, suffering. Are we suffering? Are we suffering? Are we suffering? No. No one suffering here, no? We are suffering in samsara, birth and death cycle. The situation that we have in here, in this moment, can be changed any moment. Can be changed any moment. Suffering is not regarding your physical pain. It is completely regarding your mental pain. Mentally, we have so many disturbances, so many troubles. That's why unhappiness is there. That is suffering. So, cause of suffering, now we have to find the cause. Why we are suffering, why we are living with this pain, unhappiness. What is the reasons to have these unhappy stages in our mind? Ignorance, desire, hatred. Mainly desire. Why we have desire? Because of ignorance. We have desire because of ignorance. So then, now we have to find solutions. Solution is there, eliminating desire and ignorance. That is the solution. How we can eliminate ignorance and desire? Through the wisdom. Wisdom is the solution. So, developing your mindfulness, gaining concentration, and gaining wisdom, you can see things as they are. That is Nibbana. That is Nibbana. You are connecting with the reality. No more suffering there because you are connected with the reality. No more suffering there because you can see things as they are. In this world now sitting in here, are we connected with reality? No. We are counting, okay, these people are here. The meditation hall is existing in here. The microphones and all these materials are existing here. We have that concept, but these are look like existing, but changing very quickly. There is nothing to put these labels, and these labels are not existing, but there is some connection. So the person who attained Nibbana, he can see this reality. Seeing this reality, he stay happiness all the time. His happiness is established. That is Nibbana. No sorrow, no lamentation, no grieving, nothing, any unwholesome stages there in your mind. That is Nibbana. Cessation of avidya or ignorance. That is Nibbana. Did you get it?
I'm not 100% sure. So the word itself means see the things as it.
Realization. Realization.
Realization.
That's the Nibbana.
It doesn't mean like happiness.
When you can see things as they are, happiness is there. Your happiness is there when you're able to see things as they are. It's a result. Happiness is a result. When you achieve the Nibbana, you're establishing your happiness. Never changing. Okay?
If someone doesn't have desire, but he is sick, so he is still suffering. What's the?
Sorry, sir, I did not get you.
If someone is sick and he doesn't have desire, so because he's sick, I'm assuming he's still suffering. In that case,
he's suffering because of he's living with ignorance. No desire means it is not something that we can take as a, okay, that person doesn't have desire. No one can say so. If that person doesn't have any ignorance, then we can say that, okay, he is not an ignorance person, so therefore he don't have desire. Desire arises in your mind because of ignorance. For example, we are looking pictures through our eyes. Seeing pictures, we ready to do two things: grabbing and rejecting. You're ready to grab things which call, oh, these are beautiful. Beautiful means you like to keep things. Oh, these are ugly. I don't know to keep these things. You are rejecting. Whether you accept or reject it doesn't matter. At the end, unhappiness is there. Why? Things that you grab, accept, is not permanent. It is impermanent. Things that you reject, you can't eliminate. So your unhappiness is there. So therefore, until you change your perceptions and views, unhappiness is there with you. Achieving wisdom is the solutions that you can get rid of your desire. When you are living without desire and ignorance, that is the time that you can live without suffering. Until you are living with desire and ignorance, you are suffering. The Buddha had so many difficulties in his whole life. He was suffering with the back pain, but he did not suffer. He had that pain, but he did not suffer. Devadatta was rolling a stone to the Buddha. He got wounded. But Buddha, there was a pain in his leg, but he did not suffer. At the end of life, he had diarrhea. The Buddha had diarrhea. It was painful, but he did not suffer because he don't have attachment, he don't have greed, he did not have any ignorance. He was seeing things as they are, always living equanimity. That's the quality, equanimity. That is Nibbana. Okay?
So his mindset is he just accepted, right?
Not accept the way how we look in things, the perceptions and views are the creation of your suffering. So the person who attained enlightenment, their perceptions and views are different, therefore they don't have any worries about these worldly things. Okay? Okay. Any more questions? Okay. If you have more questions, you can write down and put into this box. This is going to keep in Sangha hall. So tomorrow we can discuss other things. So then we were able to finish Mahamangala Sutta, Blessing Discourse. So we can start another discourse tomorrow. Probably Anatta Lakkana Sutta we can start tomorrow. Thank you very much.